So welcome to another Highdeas Video Podcast with Miss Raisa. Is it Israel? Yes,
Raisa.
Raisha. How you say it?
Raisa. Yeah.
Raisa. And how I say your last name?
Yisrael. Just like
Okay,
Israel, but with a Y.
Raisa Israel, and I'm artist.
Right. Yeah.
This is literally our first time meeting and speaking. I had put a post out last week, and I had seen that you were one of the people that had commented and liked and stuff. And I just wanted to get your opinion on a few different, uh, topics and things. Before I get started, who's the little man behind you, so the people get to know the little man back there? Hey, little man.
He's gonna make so many cameos. This is Lael Yisrael. Um, so say hi. He's 12 months, almost 13 months.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, you gonna say hi? So
how
yeah,
important? How
my
important is
first
it?
child.
Oh, it is your only child.
First and only. Yep.
So how important is being a mother to you?
It's at the top of my list, right after serving the Most High and being a good wife. So yeah,
So
very
you're
important. That's all I do is stop, big guy. Come on now. Hold on for a second. I'm gonna get him situated because he hold on for a second.
do your thing.
Get him his stuff so he can leave me alone. Where's your
Nah.
little bottle? Here. But yeah, being a mom is super important to me because, I feel like we're the generation that's focusing on like breaking generational curses. And so my husband has put me in the, I guess, the situation to be able to be with my son all day. He's completely breastfed. He's never had formula. He doesn't use bottles or anything. Doesn't eat baby food. We own 80 acres of land. That's where we live off the grid. So we grow our food, and everything that he eats is from the land. So we chop it up, mash it up. When he was like 6 months, he would eat like that. Now he eats everything that we eat. So we just killed an antelope last week. So he's been eating like fresh antelope meat. He doesn't know any of GMO or anything like that. So it's very important for me to get him to the next level so he won't have to experience the things that his father experienced, and so on and so forth.
So you're
So
originally from DC.
yes, born and raised. My mother brother still live in Southeast, like born and raised, but I moved to LA when I was 18 to go to the Fashion Institute. So once I graduated from school, I ended up staying in LA, just, work, stuff like that. And so I just recently moved from LA in 2019 to Arizona, which is where our land is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Still close to LA. I'm about to go next week. I'm always back and forth because I still do, although I'm a stay-at-home mom, I
Mm-hmm.
still have my business. So I'm actually in the process of launching my clothing line next month in April. So that's why I'm going to LA. So yeah, DC, LA, West Coast, back and
Because
forth.
is your business, is that Eyes Like Pearls, or what is Eyes Like Pearls? I seen on your page.
So Eyes Like is the actual LLC name, and it used to be a manufacturer. I did a lot of manufacturing for a small brand, but and I did that for about, I want to say, like 2 years, and before that I was making clothing. But I recently, like 2017, came into the truth about um who I as a person according to nationality. And
Mm-hmm.
so once I figured all that stuff out, changed my entire completely. So I stopped my business, I sold it, and then I started to focus on being a wife and a mom. And then once I got a year of, motherhood out the way, I jumped back into doing what I do. So now, Eyes Like Pearls has shifted to just being the LLC name, and then my new brand is under Eyes Like Pearls, and my new brand is called Land.
It's
So
called who?
Land of Goshen,
Okay.
Goshen,
Okay.
and I can go further at later about what it is.
No, I mean, you can tell me right now. What is it? What
Oh,
is Land of Goshen?
okay.
You said it's
So
spelled
Land of Goshen, G
Goshen.
G O yeah, Goshen. Yep, Land of Goshen. So what that is my nationality, I identify as Israelite. So that's from the bloodline of Moses, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the Torah, which is the Old Testament. And so with that being said, when our people, just like now, we're in captivity, we're not Americans, because America is only like 243 years old. So whenever we are in captivity, there's the Most High created this thing called Goshen, which means that it's a space that is within your captivity, but it's a separate space for you to be able to serve the Most High and grow your own food and do all the things that you're supposed to do, even in captivity. So that's where we live. We call where we live a Goshen. If you go back to Exodus, big guys, come on now. If you go back to Exodus, which is the second book in the Torah or the Old Testament, the Israelites were in Egypt in captivity, but they were on a Goshen. So same concept. You literally, if you, let me see, I'm gonna look up the definition so I can like read it, because I always have it handy and I know how to explain it. But I want to be also technical and give the exact meaning. So let's see, I'm looking it up right now on my laptop. So Goshen is the name of a part of Egypt where the Israelites dwelt during the whole period of their sojourn in the country. It was situated on the eastern border of the Nile, and it extended from the Mediterranean to the Red Sea. So yeah, modern day Goshen. And within that, my clothing line, I decided to go with Land of Goshen because everything that I'm doing is outside of the norm for the fashion industry. So usually the fashion industry at this point has become like the second largest industry that contributes to pollution and everything on the earth, the entire earth, with synthetic dyes and all of that stuff. So my brand focuses on all 100% fibers grown from the earth or from animals, or silk, cotton, linen, leathers, things like that. And then within that, I use natural dyes to dye my clothing. So indigo flowers, turmeric seasoning, cochineal bugs, logwood chips. It ranges from like all types of things, and each natural dye has a benefit to your health because your skin is the largest organism. So if you think about it, when you're putting synthetic dyes on your skin, it contributes to a lot of things, especially for women, infertility. The list goes on. Like it's I can spend the whole stream talking about that. So just to sum it up, it's a healthy lifestyle brand,
Okay.
basically. Yeah.
Who do you believe to be the next positive influences for the younger generation? Before you answer, when I ask that, people say, kids. I mean, parents should. Parents are the ones that's raising their kids. But let's be realistic. TV raises our children. Entertainment, computers, technology is raising our kids, and what they're watching on it is the TikToks and maybe like the YouTube streams and all of this stuff. And it's like the music, and it's just not a lot of forms of entertainment going out that is showing anybody like positive, you know what I'm saying? Positive. It's more sex driven, drug driven, violence driven. Who do you see that can that's for the next generation that can be that person?
Um, I don't see
Realistically,
anybody being.
neither do I.
I don't see anyone being the next positive influence or role model. Um,
Oh, uh-oh. either either one of two things happened. Her phone died. I'll wait for her. Here she go.
I don't know what happened. Hold on. Not sure what happened. Hold on. Really, that you know what that is? That's the internet and all of that not wanting me to speak on this ridiculousness that they're putting out there for these children. But yeah, I don't think that there's any next positive role model or anything. Just based on how they choose to, I guess, project things on us in the industry. There can never be, especially if you're going through that platform, there can never be 100% positive role model without them compromising a little bit of, who they are. It's like, oh,
Right,
I'll be good, but then I'm gonna throw in a little whatever, whatever. Like if you
right.
Take Kendrick Lamar for example. He says in his song, "Yah, I'm an Israelite. Don't call me black no more. That word is only a color. It ain't facts no more." But then he goes on to say, but the money and the bitches and all this stuff got me. So it's like you
Yeah, you're
can
contradicting yourself.
exactly. That's what I feel like. Anybody that's positive in the limelight, they are a big contradiction. The only person that I think had any type of positive influence was Lauryn Hill. When you really listen to her lyrics, and she and look what she went through. Look what the industry did to her.
They
So
turn you crazy when you try to speak truth. They call you a psychopath, a drug addict.
exactly. So I feel like it's up to the parents to really understand what's going on and to regulate their children if they really want positive influences and things like that. You have to take your children out of the mainstream everything, out of the mainstream schools, mainstream internet, all of that stuff. There's no way that you can have a positive influence when you're letting your child look at TikTok and all of that stuff. So
Right.
and
It's just
isn't gonna he's never going to regular school, like ever. He's not gonna be when I'm around him, I don't listen to crazy stuff anyway. Like I couldn't tell you who Little Baby song. I don't know. I can't tell you who these people are. But I do listen to R&B, oldies, things like that. And even within that, I don't let him listen to lyrics. So I always listen to beats when he's around.
right.
So,
Because
yes.
it's it's even harder because a lot of these kids, even mine, they grow up in two different houses. They have two sets of rules. So for me, and I'm not saying, I'm just gonna give an example. Like for me, I am I'm more of the neater, cleaner. I want you to read 30 minutes a day. I want you to it's certain things I try to teach my daughter, and it's not that she's not being taught these things when she goes back home. It's
Mhm.
just if they are being taught, is It's being taught real loosely. And it's like it's just a battle. Like I don't listen to certain music around my daughter, but then like I'll hear how her mom pull up, listen to Cardi B, and I'm like, yo, like that's not appropriate music to play for a child, you know. So it's always that type of back and forth. Uh oh, did I lose Razor? Oh, Arizona need to get some new towers. Razor, until she comes back. Let's see. I'm just waiting. Sorry, guys. Sometimes these connections. Yeah, she came. She. I guess she realizes she's frozen, so she just logged out. Waiting for her to come back. She's coming soon. It was just getting good. We was getting to the flow too. Got my little questions over here. You should see my little setup. Got my little questions over here.
Okay. So I am sitting right by my Wi-Fi router. So let's hope that this works and it doesn't break up anymore, because this is what happens when you live off grid. Everything's just like completely, it's so crazy. But
Yeah.
okay,
So
I'm
I was
back.
I was
Let's go.
basically saying, like, as a small example, I don't listen
Uh-huh.
to music the same anymore, um, even by myself. But when my daughter's
Mhm.
around, I definitely don't listen to the music that's out because it's just so sex driven and so drug driven, violence driven and stuff. So as a man, I feel like that for my daughters. I'll sit back and I'll see her mom, and her mom pulls up. She's cranking the newest Meg the Stallion, Cardi B, the baby song, and I'm like, yo, do you hear what they're saying in the song? Like, why are you playing this in the car with her? She shouldn't hear these certain words. She shouldn't know these certain terms. And it's just like I don't understand the disconnect as like women raising little girls now. It's weird. I don't know. And then you got so with the two houses, it's always gonna be difficult. I watched it with my own, just watching one parent do one thing and another parent do another, and it's just that battle. You're like, well, they saying do this, but you saying do this, and it's like that
Mhm.
conflict. So that's
Mhm.
always an issue as well.
Yeah, it doesn't work. My husband, his firstborn, she's 14, and he's from New York originally, and that's where she lives. I think she's like in Jersey or something like that with her mom. And they have two completely different rules, all that stuff. So at the end of the day, it doesn't work. It's very
Right.
much like the kids be conflicted. Um as far as like what's right and what's wrong. And as far as women today raising daughters, whether they're raising daughters or sons, it most of us don't know who we are or where we come from, right? We're black. Oh, that's a crayon color. So no one else is calling themselves colors. Even white
Right.
is false, because white people, if you ask them where they're from, they're going to say, "Oh, I'm Irish. I am Russian. I'm blah blah blah."
Right. Right.
We're the only ones. Chinese people, they're Chinese. Japanese people, you know what I mean? We're the only ones that are saying we're black. So within that, because we don't know where we come from or who we are, we don't know the main goal of our people as a collective. So it's easy for that's why we're targeted the most, because it's easy for mainstream people, the industry, all of them to target us with this over sexualized music and gang banging way of life and things like that. So to people like your baby mother who's blessed, and Meg the Stallion and all these girls, they don't understand what's happening, because they don't know who they are. They don't know the mission. They don't know the goal of the type of woman they're supposed to be. They don't know themselves. So Yeah, they don't see anything wrong with that.
Why do you think, and that probably goes to what is being shown, but why do you think all the little girls want to be models, show their bodies, and all the little black kids want to be dealers, rappers, and basketball players? It's like we can do so much more uh, than than show our bodies, be entertaining.
Yeah.
We can be doctors, we can be scientists, we can be anything we want. But it seems like they're trying to pigeonhole us into this only this way. Like y'all now everybody else can do any other way, but y'all got to do it this way. Like,
Mm.
and I don't get it. Like, that's the fast money. It's cool. A lot of people making a great living off of taking. I guess you can call it a shortcut, because hard work to me is going and punching in the clock. As far as like being a man, if you have the ability like you have to stay home, that's a whole nother subject. You have a whole different responsibility. But like when you
Mm.
get up and you're taking care of business, it's not like you just getting up and laying in bed like uh
Right.
that's what people want to do now. They want to wake up, they want to do nothing, they want to receive everything, and they want to look down their nose at people. What is
Yeah.
what is this? I don't understand.
Um Again, it goes back to not knowing the mission and not knowing who you are. Um, you know, a 9 to 5, punching the clock, things like that, that is hard work. But who are you punching the clock for? Are you working
Right,
for other nations, building up their nation? And when I say nation, I just mean nationalities. Like, is it a Chinese owned business? Is it a white owned business? What type of business is it? You know what I mean? So punching the clock, yeah, great things. Everybody's not meant to be a boss. Everybody's not meant to be a worker. But who are you punching the clock for? That's first. And then second, um, if you read Ecclesiastes, which is like, I want to say the book in the Torah, Old Testament, right after Joshua, I believe, or Proverbs, it talks about there's a time for everything. There's a time to work, there's a time to relax, there's a time to plant your crops, there's a time to, you know, eat your crops, there's a time to be sad, happy, everything. So I think that in this timing, we don't understand that there's a season for everything. So yeah, going to sleep and wanting to wake up late and get money for nothing, um I wouldn't say that that's like the main focus of people. I think that is more so people don't want to work as much as we've been working. We People work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and then they get 2 days off on the weekend, and then it's back to work. So this country knows that if you keep somebody working all day, they don't have time to think. By the time they get home, they got to cook dinner for their kids or whatever. Then they go to sleep. They got to figure out, well, before they go to sleep, they got to figure out what they're wearing to work tomorrow, figure out their lunch, all this stuff. And then it's like, it's a cycle. You know what I mean? So um, I feel like those people that don't want to do that, they want to get paid and they want to get the same amount of money or more money for less work. I don't think that there's necessarily anything wrong with that. It's just, what are you doing to get, that money? If you're like on OnlyFans and all that stuff, then yeah, I feel like there's an issue with that. But if you know how to work smarter and not harder, I feel like that's the goal, because you do need downtime. We're humans. We're not supposed to be working as much as we work here in the United States.
right.
Like, this is not right. So
And
so yeah,
really
that's.
quickly, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I have a co-host
Mhm.
who's into he's with me, but I see that there's two comments here. He's like, "Yo, I like this topic. Send me the
How do
link."
you see the
Well, I think because I'm the one that controls the thing. It's popping up in my I can see it. So I just sent him the link, and theirs is a very thoughtful guy. see if he can
Okay.
add some good. He's older. He's theirs is 40. Not that makes a difference, but just I'm 30. He's 40. Difference in experience, difference in insight
Yeah.
and views. So hopefully he doesn't take 14 minutes to get in here, and we can just keep it moving. But yeah, one thing I did notice when I do try to do these interviews, I try to look into the person, try to dig up what I can in the time that I have. I noticed, which is funny that you say you live on the acres of land that you do, that you natural and all your pictures natural, all natural. You're with the flowers. You're in the land. You know, how do you feel about? I mean, like a lot of black women don't do natural. You know, they use products. They in their hair.
Yeah.
Not saying there's anything wrong with that. You look wonderful, women. You look
Yeah.
beautiful. But I'm just saying it's refreshing to see a black woman actually just be natural. Cause we just look so good natural. We got the hair,
We
the curly
do.
hair.
We
You
do.
know, we look great. So
I agree. Me being natural, I don't know how far back you went on like my pictures, like if you go through my profile pictures, but there is a drastic change in
mhm,
like my picture from 2017 versus now. Because again, that's when I met my husband. That's when he introduced me to, my lifestyle now. And when I met him, the first day that I met him, the Most High was like, "This is your husband. You're about to change your whole life. Either you're going to get down or lay down." So within that, again, almost everything that I say today is going to go back to knowing who you are.
right.
Um, I'm natural because, and I don't wear makeup or anything like that, simply because
Sorry,
it
I didn't want to
just,
just.
I feel like,
I don't want to cut you off, Razor, real
oh, I
quick.
see.
Dez, I want to introduce Dez into the chat. Can you get your big finger out the way, Dez?
Shalom.
Here come Dez with the bad Wi-Fi connection. You know what?
Hey yo,
What's
I
up,
did
bro?
that.
Give him some time.
My bad. I
No,
did
you
that.
good. You good. You good. What's going on? Dez, this
Shalom.
is
What's good though, bro?
Shalom.
Raisa. Raisa. This is Dez.
Raisa.
Raisa.
How
I'm
y'all
so
doing?
sorry. I see it. I need to
I'm
put like a
Dez.
capital S in there.
How you feeling?
Raisa.
I see this razor. Oh yeah, Paul.
Yes.
But yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm
Okay.
listening.
Okay. So you just did, you're just joining in. I was talking about women being natural and things like that. So for me, again, if you go through my profile pictures, I used to wear the weaves, and the day that I met my husband, full weave, red lipstick on, uh just it was a mess. But I think that it goes, even when I did wear weaves, I would go back and forth in between wearing my natural hair.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's always a constant battle between how you feel when you have your weave in versus when you're natural, if you don't know yourself as a woman and who you are and where you come from. So once I figured out, who we were as the chosen people, and I started to understand why they want us to cover our hair with weaves and things like that, everything clicked for me. And it was like, I will never, here. It was like, I would never wear a weave again in life. As far as makeup and all that stuff, I just feel like it's deception to a certain extent. And I've seen makeup where it's like the girl put the makeup on and it's like, who? Then she takes it
Mhm.
off and it's like, these are two totally different people. And it's like, I feel like, a lot of women talk about, I want a real man and I want this and that. But then in the same breath, it's like you're fake all around. You got fake butt, you got fake boobs, you got fake eyebrows, you got fake
I
lashes,
knew
you
I
got
like
fake
her.
hair.
I knew I liked her.
Yeah.
It just, it doesn't add up. I feel like a lot of women are delusional. I feel like, and this is not an attack on my sisters because I was once that woman. So, like, what Lauren Hill say, you think I'm attacking you, but I'm only speaking because I've been there before. You know what I mean? So this is coming from someone who did wear makeup and weave and all of that. I know how I used to feel when I wore those things. And even when I wore makeup, have on makeup to the point that, you know, I looked totally different. But it was still like, okay, you got on makeup, you got a weave,
Right.
that's not your real hair. So once you really embrace, first of all, once you reject the standard of what society in America has put
For
out
beauty,
there for, huh?
for beauty, you mean? That's what you're saying for beauty,
Yeah,
the
for beauty.
standard of beauty.
Yeah,
So
the standard for beauty for. Go ahead.
can I piggyback off what you're saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I think the thing with the whole wearing makeup and even maybe wigs or sew-ins sometimes or whatever, things like that. I think, that let me tie it in. I don't like we don't need to have the fake bodies like the fake butts and breasts and all that. It's just crazy because somebody made a point. Everybody's a photocopy of Kim Kardashian when she first got it done. And she's like patient zero and all these other girls that straight look like. So, but look, a girl
Weaponized.
intentions, when a woman's out, her intention shouldn't be to meet someone when she's out like partying and she's all dressed up already and it's the first time she's meeting them. Just go have a good time, this, that, and the other. I mean, if the guy's mature enough to know that she's gonna look different the next day when she takes off the makeup, that's different. But you rather meet somebody in regular settings like work settings or just every day you bump into them type stuff, or friends that already see you like that. So, because we as men still appreciate that, hey, I want to take you out Friday. We're gonna go to a nice restaurant. It will be nice if you dress up and you want to look wild with some makeup on and all that stuff. You know, you might spiff it up with a sewing or some type of nice different color wig if you want to. Who knows? It's just we like our we could like our women to look different ways too. It's not so bad, but it's just how if you try to trick us, present it to us like that's how you always look, or you only want to see us when you're all dressed up and we can never see you on an everyday basis. Yeah, that's different or whatnot.
It's unattainable. I mean, like realistically, to sit there and to think that anybody can look like a model 24/7 is putting a lot of pressure on people. Okay, it's causing people to go out
Too much.
here. It's causing people to go out here and deform their bodies, deform their faces, to completely throw their morals to the wind. And it's like, yo, you're beautiful as you are. I tell my daughter every day she's beautiful. It's funny because
Mm-hmm.
like if you just nobody tells my family to do this, they just do it. My father, you're beautiful. My mom, you're beautiful. Her mother, you're beautiful. Everybody just tells her all the time, you're beautiful. You're
Yeah,
beautiful. Constantly pushing that confidence in her to know that you are beautiful just the way you are, and you do not, whether you watch the Cardi B's and love the Khloe Kardashians, whether you like them or not, that's not you. That is
right.
that is not reality. That
How about some of the mothers putting enlightening cream on their teenage daughters?
dude is ridiculous.
Aware that, oh, you
That's
too
crazy.
dark. You should be lighter. What?
That's
That's crazy.
I
It's,
I feel like even, and this is to lamb back. I say lamb because pig is an abomination. I don't touch pork, so I'm gonna
Okay.
say to lamb back off of Des. Um, you know,
I get it. I get what you're
I
saying
like
there.
it. Here's my question. People always, and this goes back to, let's say, our people when it's Easter. Whatever. I don't celebrate that, but that's just an example. You have your child and you're like, oh, get the hat comb out. I'm going to straighten your hair because it's Easter Sunday. I'm going to put you in this dress. Why is it that when you say, I want to go out Friday night, why is it that makeup and weave and wigs is dressed up. When
Right.
why can't my natural, I can put on sweatpants and then I can put on a dress and you can change your natural hair. It's not
Right.
just
Right.
curls. I can straighten right now my hair is, slick back. I wear my fro sometimes, straighten it. You can do different things with your hair.
Right.
And if you're like, because I'm a married woman, I don't show my hair when I'm out. So there's different head wraps. There's different ways to, wrap your hair up. There you can be versatile with your
What
natural self. It
is
I
that
don't
because of your
I don't
religion?
think that
Why you don't
I
show your hair?
so I don't have religion.
I
I
mean, you
just
know
have
what
a
I'm
way
saying.
of life.
You say you're
That's
Israel. You're Israelite.
right. That's a bloodline, not a
Okay.
religion. But yeah, it's because of that. If you're single in our community, then you're a single woman, you can wear your hair out. That represents that you're available. If you are married, then yes, you cover your hair.
That is awesome.
So
Little
yeah,
things
so
like
that's how
that.
that
Mhm.
works. Yeah, so
Little
I mean,
things
you
it's
like
don't
just
that.
it,
you don't have to. You could go out like that, natural. You know what I'm saying? What about a little bit of lipstick
yeah.
then? You don't
Lipstick.
got to
I
be no
do like
makeup.
lip gloss. I
Yeah,
do
I
lip
mean,
gloss.
something to shine you
A
up a
little
little
tint.
bit.
Yeah, a little tint. You can do a little tint on your lips and stuff
Something.
like that. That's fine.
Hold up.
Um,
Real.
but I feel like it's to each their own. If you are a man that likes women, hey, big guy, let me talking. If you're a man that likes women to wear their makeup and have their lipstick on and occasionally have their weaves, then to each their own. Everybody, that's what the Most High gave us: free will, free choice, things like that. But for me and my household and my husband and our situation, it's just a little moisturizer. You could put on a little tint on your lips, like a little, something, and you're good.
Just
Right.
That's over here. So,
to
but
kind of go.
I don't go ahead.
No, I was going to say because I didn't know what exactly did you want to. When you had said you liked this topic, what topic was that we were talking about?
Oh, I was gonna get to it. I was just waiting until we came a little bit to the close of this one, but she had said something about what I always say is that the we, we the only ones that allow ourselves to be called a color, black. Um, that's not a description of anything.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not.
Just a color. White people don't mind being called white because the definition, the it means superior and all that kind of innocentness and all that, whatever, cleanliness and all that. So they take that part of what white means. So they give us the bad what black means and make it mean for us when black actually means way more pure
Nothing.
and way more powerful than white. You know what I'm saying? Black comes before white. So, but the thing with that is I always tell people the word black is more racist than the word nigga. You know what I'm saying? You let somebody call you a color. That's not what is that? I'm not black. You never met nobody black. You met brown people.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You met
we're
cream, you
brown.
never met anybody white either. So they just let
Yeah,
themselves be called white, but still they identify where they from. They allow themselves to have a lineage. Even people that came
Yeah.
after us, Irish, Germans, all of them, they have their lineage, everybody. You know what I'm saying? But
yep.
us, they want to
We're
trick us, make us believe that all of us came from Africa, knowing that we was already here.
exactly.
They didn't bring that many people from Africa, maybe one boatload, and they realized how stupid it was because they probably wasted half the slaves on the way over, died not feeding them, eating their
Yep.
own feces, whatever,
Yep.
six, all that nasty shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
we was already here. If you really look up the real history here, the Indians was they just named the black people Indians that was already here. You know what I'm saying? The
So
Indians,
everything you're saying to just butt in, what you're saying is absolutely 100% true. We are Aboriginal people. We're here. That's what if you guys don't know, like, just a little history about Israelites, we're the scattered people amongst the four corners of the earth. So we
right,
exist everywhere.
everywhere.
Whether you all know you know, whether you all identify as that or if you researched it, because every black person is not from one tribe. We're different. You got Ammonites, you got Israelites, you got Moabites, you got all types of different, you know what I'm saying? It's up to you to really figure out who you are. And the Indians, like you said, these fake Indians now, the Navajos and all of that, those are that's where the term $5 Indian came from. They're really like Mayan Aztec people. They're not the real Indians.
They're
We are the
mixed.
Aboriginal Indians. Exactly.
We
They're
made them
mixed.
niggas.
So right.
We made them niggas with the Asians that came across the Bering Straits. That's how the niggas got made. Trust me.
And like you said, we're not Africans either. I always tell people Africans are Hamites. We are Shemitic people, which is basically Afro-Asiatic people. That's why a lot of our people, Americans, Black Americans, you'll find us with chinky eyes, smaller features than the average African. Do you get what I'm saying? The ones that aren't mixed up with white people that came over there and, you know, infiltrated and stuff like that. We have different features. Our phenotypes are different from Africans. And Africans, we all from DC. We grew up around Africans. They tell us within a quick second that we ain't
they will. They sure will. That's why I don't like to be called African. Don't you call me African?
You don't even want to be
a couple
tribes like the
us.
Fulani tribe in West Africa. They kind of look American like us. They look American black. There's some tribes over there that do look like us, but for the most part, the original Africans, they have them strong features.
Right, because again, we're scattered in the four corners of the earth. You got Israelites in Africa. They're not Africans, but they grew up in Africa for generations, but they look like us. That's because no matter where you go in this world, I just spent 3 months, well, not just, but in 2019, I lived in Suriname, South America for 3 months. And when I went over there, everybody looked like us. They just speak Dutch. So here's the basis of how most of us are Israelites. It's simply you're scattered amongst the four corners of the earth. You don't know who you are. You don't know where you come from. You don't speak your native tongue, and you are severely oppressed. Everywhere you go. When I was in Suriname, that place is 95% us. But guess who owns all the grocery stores and the corner stores? The Asians. Their population over there is Asians. It's 5% populated with Asians, and they own every single store. And then the Dutch own everything downtown. So you gotta, and this is in Suriname in South America. When I go to Jamaica, Asians own the stores over there. You go get some roll up from the store, you leave your resort, you go into the corner store, it's an Asian that own that.
You know how much Asian owns in Africa? You know how much the Chinese own of Africa right now? They got contracts with Africa. They gave them money and told them, look, you could either pay it back in this amount of time or we own part of your country.
Exactly.
Taking over that shit. They building all the roads, everything over there. They're making it for a first world country, and they're gonna kick the Africans out.
Yeah,
they ain't gonna kick them out. They're gonna kill them.
They're gonna blend them down. They're gonna water them down, keep blending them down with more Asian blood until most of Africa is Asian and European. Because guess what? That's the whole point. The whole point. World War I started behind them fighting over African countries in 1895 when they was trying to fight over who's gonna own the African countries, and they try to leave Germany out of it. That's when Germany got mad.
Yeah,
blew Pac out there.
You don't leave me out of this, Schnitzler.
Who wasn't Germany against everybody in World War One?
right.
Germany was over that shit. It was the war that happened in Africa in 1895 over the battle of the countries. With Timbuktu, whatever the name is, the Zulu Nation nigga. He was the one fighting all the way down, all that shit. There's a lot of history people don't teach us. We need to have world history. Absolutely. Black world history, not American black history. And the whole
let me put my mic in the screen so you can see, so add effect. It's not going to happen, Des. They don't want us to know. So
Of course,
You
because
can't leave it up to
we won't team up. That's the whole point. We
Right.
won't team up.
You have to seek this knowledge yourself. A lot of people don't like to read. You know, I say that all the time, and I stress it. I probably say it almost every stream now. I have probably 70, 80 books. You read. Like, it's like you can't. Information is like knowledge is power. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. We just have this very lazy generation who
You
don't
know,
hold themselves accountable.
think about this, yo. The only continent in this world that's 95% black is not still even controlled by black. Africa is
it never
95%
will
black
be.
and still controlled by white people. How?
Hey,
How you think
hey.
the rest of us have any hope when the base of it can't even pull itself together? The base of the shit can't even pull itself together. You got fucking we all over. You got even the Japanese. You got old Japanese samurai niggas that look African. They was the old African pictures of a nigga that used to do samurai shit and all that. He was African, but he had like a Japanese face.
Hold on one
Like
second, Des. Let me ask real quick, how much time do I have you for? I know it's coming up on an hour.
until the baby falls asleep.
Right. He's not gonna go to sleep until I take him to the back, breastfeed him, all of that. So he's
Yeah.
up. I
Bug out.
have time until
What's his
he
name?
starts like acting crazy. Lyle.
Lyle.
L-A.
Okay.
What's up, Lyle? I
I
see
have
you, son. Lyle, what's up? What up, son?
Say hi.
You good? You good?
Say
Oh yeah.
They're very good.
So
But yeah, I'm good for like another 30 minutes or so, you know.
all right. I have another I know at some point I have to get prepared for this. I have a podcast at like 6, I think 6:30.
Okay.
We'll see. I'm not sure. But to try to kind of do y'all watch movies out there in your fortress off the
Hey, yo, I
grid?
seen you coming to America. I seen you advertise you come to America review, but I ain't watch it yet. You ain't like it or you did like it?
I enjoyed it. I don't understand why people.
I watched it.
I mean, I saw so much criticism, and I'm
Because
like, I check it out, and I'm just like, yo, what were people expecting? Were they expecting
at least,
Because
I mean,
so,
why can't you get a good storyline?
everybody's so focused. Oh, go ahead.
It was a decent storyline.
Not like the first one, yo.
Now, okay, but they probably just threw this crap together. All right, now,
Can't just do that.
this storyline, well, they did it, and they put it on Amazon, so it is what it is. If it was really, if you knew when it went straight to Amazon that it was going to be what it is. Okay,
That was a money grab. Now Eddie Murphy gonna be good until he like 80 now. You know
Eddie
he got
Murphy
10
was good
kids.
before that.
So no, he got 10 kids, so he got some shit. He got to have some more money until 20 more years. What else he gonna do? He just
only
speak like
thing-
he was coming back to be a comedian, but he
No.
not doing that shit.
The only thing I would say about it, they
Those kids are fine without coming to America. They're fine.
I'm talking about not fuck his kids. Of course they fine. He worried about himself. Like, man, I gotta get
fathead. I was saying something.
How many baby mothers he got? If he got 10 kids, the same one?
The punch there is right in his forehead.
What?
Because you keep interrupting my thoughts, and that was gone.
It is. You was going to say something about Eddie Murphy, and
you're not going to help jog my memory.
And him being good.
You're not about to jog my memory.
I jogged it.
You're not jogging it.
From the beginning, you asked me if I watched movies out here. That was the question.
I was saying, like, what do you watch out there? You know, trying to see what's something that you into when you sit back and you watch television.
I watch a lot of fashion stuff. I'm very deep into my career. So I just watch a lot of like business of fashion, things like that, documentaries. But if I'm watching like something that is just like random, I'll watch a couple of like series. I watch Snowfall. I love Snowfall. What else?
You know,
Snowfall. I watched
Franklin not gonna get killed though, but I think Leon gonna get killed before Franklin. But you know, Leon can have a show on his own.
Yeah, Leon.
He got a good
Leon
enough story.
Yeah, I guess.
Leon, Spion. I don't know who y'all talking about.
I finished WandaVision. I finished WandaVision though.
How'd you feel about that end, bro? Did you like it? Does it?
Nah, it was good.
Okay.
It was good. I mean, they had to bring it all back. I thought that the other witch was gonna be more powerful, but she wasn't. She was speaking.
What we're going to do. This is what I'm gonna do for you, Des. Because
Mhm.
we have a lot to talk about. I haven't seen you on here for a couple of weeks.
I know.
Once we wrap up here, we're gonna do a quick podcast, and me and you will run through all these quick topics real quick that we haven't gotten to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I want to, while I have my special guest, I want to continue to pick through her brain. So what else outside of Snowfall? What another? It's another show because I need some suggestions.
I just finished a show on Netflix called Behind Her Eyes, which was very interesting.
I started the first episode.
That show is very insane. I wasn't expecting the plot twist at the end. It was very interesting. But other than that, I just watch like little stuff that's in the background. I don't really pay attention to too much TV. And if I'm not watching random stuff on Netflix, it's more so Prince of Egypt for him, Joseph and the King of Dreams, biblical stuff for him. So that's pretty much it. And my husband likes to watch action stuff. So we just watched what is it called? Ragnarok or something like that on Netflix. And it's about all of that. So my husband likes to watch stuff like that because people think that stuff is fake, but it's not.
It's about the Olympians.
There's a multitude of gods out there, giants, all of that stuff was very real, is very real.
It's a representation of the Olympians fighting against the deviants or whatever that story of the Greek pantheon of superhero people.
Yeah, they all Greek stories, yo.
Right. See, people don't. I'm telling you, people don't. Matter of fact, let me say this really quick about Coming to America. I was going to hold it, but because I might forget. When I was watching, they throw such subtle little things in it. Right now, just me. Go back and see it. Maybe if I'm wrong, but they had on my man's sleeve, his son. Did he not have an upside down cross on his sleeves, bro? Like, it's just like they throw it in so subtle. He had like this, the cross is high up, but then he got the little. Hey, I just was like, bro, they throw these. They
knew how to position it to make it look like an upside down cross.
They got He has two pentagrams. Michael Blackston got two pentagrams on his collar. They're literally pointed downwards on purpose. You got the checkerboard floor. I'm not gonna get it started. But
so was you saying that was really like
it's intentional?
A ceremony, a celebration of sorts, an oath, would you say, of sorts?
We'll talk. I just wanted to throw that in there because it's when I watch movies, it's like I watch it for entertainment, but my mind, my pineal gland is so open. It's like I see stuff I'm not looking to see. It's just like, oh, here's more symbolism. here's that. Oh, I see this. And it's just like, man, they
What's the
doing
number one food you can eat to block your pineal gland?
what?
What's the number one food you can eat to block your pineal gland?
I don't know. Enlighten me, because I don't know.
Me neither. I just thought you might know the answer. I read it somewhere, but I
What
forgot.
you eat is this stupid narrative and media crap that people be soaking up. That's what you eat. But how
All
you
the
feel about
GMOs
cancel culture?
is what
Yeah, well, yeah, that too.
all the GMOs is basically what, you know, you don't know what they're putting on your food when you don't eat organic. And even when you eat organic, it's still like, is this really organic? So all that stuff messes with your with that gland. All of it messes it closes you up. That's why everybody's out here. You got fluoride that's messing with your pineal gland. You got, I mean, the list goes on. It's
Are
a long
you?
list of things.
Do you believe they're trying to take away freedom of speech?
No,
For
I don't believe that, simply because, I mean, look at the president we just had. Look at, you know,
that's
all
different
these
though. He's the
platforms.
president.
Nobody speaks.
But look at the platform where people can just go online and say what they say. I don't think that, like, yeah, you can get banned, suspended, whatever, but you can still, taking away freedom of speech is if someone goes out into the street and says whatever, then they're arrested for that. I don't think that we're
It's going
anywhere
to get there.
near.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are
I mean,
there.
to
I
me,
feel that we are.
don't.
It falls into cancel culture. All of that, the voice of the people uniting their voices in
I can see it
these,
going that way.
it can very easily. People
The
are
way
I
uniting.
mean,
that everybody letting up the
event-
rights, you just letting up your rights here and there. So they're
yeah,
not. Trust me.
I was just
eventually,
curious.
yes, but there now, no, because I can still go online and say that transsexual women aren't women, and nobody's going to come and arrest me. None of that stuff. So,
Not yet.
you know,
But
at
you're
the end
going
of
to
the
get
day,
in 6 months after Facebook finally sees it, they're going to hit you with a this is against our guidelines and policy. They
yeah,
do it to me.
but I'm not going to be arrested. It's
Yeah,
one
that's not
thing
yet.
to.
That's all I'm saying. It's like they're setting.
Oh,
It's like they're setting the stage
You don't
for it.
know if they're gonna start making social crimes like jail time type crimes, like
You hear
social
about social score? You know about the
just
social
saying
score?
shit. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
You know
Yeah,
about the
I know
social
about.
score?
The social score?
It's a thing.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah. But
thing
they
in
actually
Asia.
made an episode on it in Black Mirror,
It's
where
called a social score. What
Yeah,
do they do? How
dude,
do they do?
it's just like it's through like your social media. It's like the pop.
I would score zero, yo.
it's
Ridiculous.
it's
You know,
basically
I would
like
score. I
this.
would score zero.
Get a
I
you
don't have
get a
anything.
social score if your social score is like at a
Better.
certain if it's too low or whatever you want to call it, you can't fly, you can't participate in certain activities in your country. Just it's really interesting. But yeah, I've heard of that. It's a very real thing in some Asian country and some places
I
in
thought they didn't
Asia,
let you use
whether
Facebook in China at a certain time.
I
Well,
don't
I don't
know.
know because I'm not in China, and good for China.
Facebook, Facebook with China is only in for China people. It's like they can't reach other people, right?
Man, China got a whole bunch of stuff you can't do. Like you can't talk to
Here,
your neighbor. I don't know what's wrong.
Are they still in that one kid shit?
Probably they got a billion people. This, I mean, goddamn.
I know people be sneaking having way more kids than one.
Hey,
How
but
they have a fucking billion, yo?
they be
And they only
having
having one kid.
four kids in the attic.
We don't got no limit. We don't got that many. Them
Be
niggas got
quiet.
fucking what?
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Um, I want to leave you with what's the last. I know this is we're not going to really get an
did you
answer
ask
to this.
Pat for me?
What?
Were you able to, because you said you had a couple of questions, were you able to ask all of the questions that you had?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've asked a lot of them. I was going to ask. Dang, it just left. I can't remember now. See, people, it's like when I have my mind or something, somebody break my thought, it will go away. Like, I get it from my father, so the older I get, it's getting worse. Do you ever think that we will attain what is called peace? Not in our lifetime, maybe in our in the future, or not at all.
No. As a collective, no. Because how can you attain peace in a place where you have another nation telling you what to do? You can't, you know what I mean? How do you think that there's no such thing as all of these different nations coming together and being peaceful? We can have allies, but as far as like peace, one must know who they are to even be able to find peace within themselves, and then go out and find peace within people that are a part of their tribe and their nation. So no, I don't think that achieve that.
And
Not in this
this
life.
would be my last question. I know little man, like, look, you ain't gonna hold my mom all day, so I'm gonna be respectful to little Israel. What is a message that you want to tell if there was 10 million young girls out here watching this stream right now? What would you tell them? Like, what's some motivation? Because I have a message for the young guys, but what would you say to the young girls?
I have a couple of things to say to the young girls. You know, number one, I would say respect yourself. Number two, I would say respect your womb. Respect the place that harbors life. And to really understand. No, seriously, I'm serious.
No, I'm
Respect
listening to
that.
you. He got smoke in his eyes, and it was burning. I'm listening to you.
Hey, stop, big guy. He's almost done, all right? Yeah, respect yourself, respect your womb. If a man wanted to, he would. Whatever. If a man is, if you're confused about anything with a man, or you're unsure, that means no. Don't even feed into any of that. It's, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much I can say to young girls. And also, just really understand, don't shy away from you know, your sexuality and things like that. Understand it, and understand how important, you know, your virginity is. Understand how important it is to choose the right partner. Understand how important it is to know who you are, and to dwell in feminine energy, your divine feminism, because we're not equal. I want to let women know that feminism is fake. That's the white woman's job. We are not equal to men. Men cannot lay down and hold a baby for 9 months and deliver a baby. So we are equal. I can't do what a man can do, and men can't do what I can do. We coexist. We're meant to coexist within one another. And
Yeah, I heard they brought that
yeah,
feminism stuff through magazines back in the late '60s, early
yeah,
'70s.
that stuff,
The white women.
is fake.
Yeah, they brought some
That
women
shit
over from Europe and fake like they was out here doing it in regular towns, like they
that
was regular
shit,
housewives.
that shit is fake. Yeah. So that's pretty much it, you know? And yeah, just for young women need to take time to get to know themselves and really understand what's really going on. You know what I mean? And then from there, seek out I feel like when you know yourself as a woman and you understand what you have and who you are and your role in society, and you understand what you were put on this earth to do and to be, you can choose better partners. You can have life. You can have a healthier lifestyle. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, I appreciate you so much for giving me your time. For real, man. It's I really appreciate when people come on and just give me, like, little insight into your lives. You could do a million different things, but you sit on down with little old me, and that means a lot to me. So
Well,
thank you
thank
again. I would love to try to get you on here again because you're very insightful. You have a lot of things to talk about. And
you.
is there any other place that the people can find you, find your, the business that's the rebranding business? Is there any places they can find you?
I Instagram where I post like most of all my work, how I do my dyeing and all that stuff. And my Instagram is. Hold on. I know he's like, look, come on.
All right, that's
I'm gonna take him outside this so I can wear him out, put him to sleep. But no, my Instagram is Raisa. So that's RAISA 2_ studio STUDIO. So find me, all my stuff, everything that I'm
boom.
doing. And
Find her
I have a
right there.
oh, you put it perfect. Okay. There you go. Yeah. So reach out, say hi. I'm open, I'm friendly, I talk to people. So yeah.
I
Hi.
appreciate you
Right.
again, man. Really do. And I will be reaching out to you and staying in contact. You tell your
Okay.
husband hello from Highdeas. Your son,
Okay.
tell him to eat them antelopes, get strong, and
Oh,
we will talk soon.
okay.
Nice
Y'all
to
have a
meet
nice
you.
day.
All right, you
Nice
too.
to meet you.
All
Shalom.
right.
Hey, Des, that's what I'm
Mhm.
gonna do. I'm going to exit out of here. I'm going to send you the link to the new when we're gonna go in that. So it's coming right now.
Right now.
All right. See you in a couple of minutes. Yo, y'all have a good. Well, y'all about to see me right back. But if in case you're not watching these back to back, you have a good evening. Smoke weed.